Their name is instantly recognizable, their influence reaches worldwide, and they've built an empire to rival that of the Romans. They are arguably some of the most iconic figures in pop culture today. Who are they? The Kardashians. And how have they reached such a state of indisputable fame? It all comes from the creative deliberation and public relations mastermind of Kris Jenner. So people often hear their name and associate them with a negative connotation, and today I will convince you why that's a problem and how we as a society can change it by altering our mindset. Now, I will unabashedly admit that I closely follow them on social media, and I genuinely enjoy that their antics are so entertaining. And while that may not be the case for most of you, they're going to be around for a long time, and as their future generations build, they will always stay in the media, so you might as well learn to appreciate the women who built such a successful family. Today, I will present information that highlights Kris Jenner's humble background, her impressive economic gain and public relations mastermind, and the enormous strides she's taken to create such a successful family. Kristen Marie Hughes did not grow up rich by any means. She was born to a broken home as her parents split up very early, and so throughout her life she always was searching for stability. And she was born in 1955 in San Diego, California. In her early 20s, she worked as a flight attendant for Delta Airlines, and in an interview with Harper's Bazaar, she claimed that she loved the job up until she got bored, which was a common theme in her life. At 22, she married a rich, successful lawyer, Robert Kardashian, and while the idea of marrying rich doesn't necessarily fall under the hardworking American prototype, she knew how to manipulate the system and get what she wanted, which does fall under the hardworking American stereotype. So now that we've learned a little bit about her background, let's move on to her well-deserved business mogul status. Kris Jenner is a self-described momager, as she manages all 6 of her children. You have to admire the business she conducts, and it is very impressive, and her marketing skills, which prove effective. Kris Jenner knows how to generate publicity, and whether it's good, bad, or ugly, her family always seems to be in the spotlight. For example, the 3 babies. When the rumors first started that Khloe, Kim, and Kylie were all pregnant at the same time, they were beginning promos for their season 15 of Keeping Up with Kardashians. And it was highly anticipated, so when people watched the show, they were waiting to see if the rumors were true, and they were. Next, all of the Kardashian relationships have some sort of drama attached with it. For example, Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson, he is recently caught in numerous cheating scandals, and of the most recent, it was with Kylie Jenner, Khloe Kardashian's sister. Kylie Jenner's best friend, Jordan Woods, who is Khloe's sister. Next, Kim and Kanye. They're some of the most famous people in the world and influential, might I say. They merged their 2 fan bases together, creating a multimedia conglomerate, and among his many antics of a 2020 presidential candidacy bid and numerous mental health breakdowns, they are safe to say that they are pretty famous. And who could forget about the Robert and Blac Chyna and Tyga and Kylie situation? I won't get into that because I don't have enough time, but let's just say Kylie could have simultaneously been Blac Chyna and Tyga's child's aunt and stepmother. And of course, we come to Kim's crying face. This was highlighted on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians that talked about her 72-day marriage to basketball star Kris Humphries. And I think it proves how much Kris Jenner works, because this picture is still relevant and it still circulates the internet, even though this episode aired 8 years ago. In an article for the New York Times titled, "Where Would the Kardashians Be Without Kris Jenner?" it highlights the many endorsement deals and business ventures that each of her children are involved in. For example, Kim's beauty line, Kourtney's blog Poosh, Robert Kardashian Jr.'s sock line Arthur George, Khloe Kardashian's Good American denim line, and Kendall Jenner's Proactive Partnership. And perhaps the most significant, Kylie Cosmetics, started by Kylie Jenner. In just under 4 years, it's built over $1 billion in revenue, and she has become the youngest self-made billionaire. And a lot of that credit can be attributed to Kris Jenner herself. And of course, probably their biggest claim to fame, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the show that has now aired for over 10 years and spans across 16 seasons. As Kris's brainchild, Forbes describes them as the highest earning reality family in television history. And since 2007 when the show aired, Kris Jenner now generates approximately $930,000 in revenue per episode. Kris Jenner is no mere housewife. She is a business mogul in every sense of the word, and the way she conducts her business proves successful in terms of her family. Many people, when they hear the word matriarch, they often assume or think of people like Queen Elizabeth or Barbara Bush. And while she doesn't govern a family rooted in politics or serve as the ceremonial face for the British monarchy, she does rank among these women in terms of powerful leadership. She's made each member of her family a multimillionaire, and that is not something that can be easily done. In an interview with the magazine Interview, she talks about the stepping stones she's taken to reach such a point of success in her family. First beginning with her marriage to Robert Kardashian Sr. As you know, he was a rich, successful lawyer, and he served on O.J. Simpson's defense team, which was called the Dream Team. This was the first stepping stone in what brought national attention to their family and their name. After she divorced Robert Kardashian Sr., based off a cheating scandal, she remarried Bruce Jenner, an Olympic gold medal decathlete. And though he wasn't very successful early on, she got him many business deals and endorsements and created a public speaking platform for him. And together they had 2 more children, Kendall and Kylie. And of course, we have the sex tape that made the Kardashian family a household name with Kim and Ray J. And here you can see Kris's opinion on the incident, we'll call it. And then, of course, their biggest claim to fame when she pitched her idea to Ryan Seacrest of a reality show highlighting her family. Her hustle and determination to stay relevant is truly fascinating, and how she finds ways to keep her family in the spotlight is something that is very impressive. So to recap, today I've talked about Kris Jenner's humble background, her impressive economic gain and public relations mastermind, and the enormous strides she's taken to create such a powerful empire of a family. It is a tenacity that should not be looked down upon, and we as a society should acknowledge it with not disgust, but instead admiration. While they may not be your favorite people, you have to realize that if the Kardashians can live the life they do, there should be nothing stopping you from being your own Christian.